Module 3, Prepare Your Body. Welcome to Module 3, Prepare Your Body for Natural Labor and Birth. This module is my favorite because it delves into the tangible, physical elements of your birthing journey. These are the practical steps you can take to empower your body for natural labor and birth. Regardless of where you are in your pregnancy journey, be it the early stages, the midpoint, or nearing the finish line, this module is your comprehensive guide to physically prepare for birth. So let's jump in to the actionable steps. Number 1, feed your body nutritious foods. Undoubtedly, good nutrition during pregnancy is a cornerstone. And I know this can be easier said than done. I myself had many food aversions throughout the first trimester of both of my pregnancies. The sight of practically everything healthy made me nauseous. If I saw a green vegetable, even just walking through the produce section of the grocery store, I would literally dry heave. I had to send my husband into the grocery stores. For a lot of weeks, all I could put down were unhealthy white foods like bagels with cream cheese, crackers with cream cheese, and French fries. Thank God that did not last my entire pregnancy, and I was back to eating healthier by around 14 weeks or so. So I do know it can be tough to get really good nutrition in during pregnancy, but of course it will help your body substantially through your pregnancy, labor, delivery, and recovery. Not to mention, it is vital for your growing baby. Eating healthy for the growing baby in your belly is one of the greatest gifts that you can give to him or her as they begin this life. Aside from the obvious benefits, a well-balanced diet and adequate intake of protein, carbohydrates, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals supports mom's muscle strength, energy levels, and mental clarity, all of which are vital during childbirth. Certain nutrients play specific roles in preparing the body for labor. For example, iron helps prevent anemia, which can cause fatigue and weakness, hindering the mother's ability to cope with labor pains effectively. Calcium supports muscle function and contractions. Fiber-rich foods promote regular bowel movements, reducing the likelihood of constipation and hemorrhoids, which of course can increase discomfort during labor. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, nuts, and seeds contribute to brain development in the baby and may help reduce the risk of preterm birth. So check out the linked resources for a list of some of the healthiest foods to eat during pregnancy. Number 2, focus on hydration. Staying properly hydrated is always important, but during pregnancy, it's even more crucial. Adequate hydration is vital for your uterus. The uterus is a muscular organ, and just like with any muscle in the body, it functions best when it's properly hydrated. Staying hydrated also aids in maintaining optimal blood pressure levels, which is crucial for both the well-being of mom and baby. It also helps to prevent constipation during pregnancy. Stay hydrated throughout your pregnancy and especially as labor approaches. Feel free to infuse your water with fruit or added flavor and eat water-rich foods like watermelon and cucumbers. Number 3, embrace walking. Walking during pregnancy offers lots of benefits that can help prepare the body for natural birth. First, it encourages the baby to settle into that optimal head-down position for birth. Walking also helps to maintain flexibility and mobility in the pelvic joints and muscles, which are crucial for the baby's descent through the birth canal during labor, increasing the chances of a vaginal delivery. Walking strengthens the muscles of the lower body, including the legs, hips, and pelvic floor, providing better support to the uterus and pelvic organs. It's a great cardio exercise that enhances endurance, something that you'll want to have a good amount of while in labor. And walking also helps alleviate pregnancy discomforts like back pain, swelling, and constipation by promoting circulation, relieving pressure on the spine, and stimulating bowel movements. Walking also supports mental well-being, reducing stress, anxiety, and depression, commonly experienced during pregnancy. The rhythmic motion of walking can induce relaxation, improve mood, and promote better sleep. Number 4, join a prenatal yoga class. During my first pregnancy, a friend invited me to join her in signing up for a 6 weeks prenatal yoga class. I was very reluctant. I did not want to commit to anything and thought I'd just be better off doing yoga at home on my own time, watching YouTube videos for instruction. But after the initial hesitation, I did end up signing up for the class, and I am so glad I did. It was a game changer for me, offering a lot of holistic body and mind support and even some childbirth education thrown in. I am now a believer in the power of joining a class atmosphere and recommend doing so if you are able to. Prenatal yoga offers numerous benefits that can help prepare the body for natural labor. These include promoting flexibility, which can be particularly helpful during labor as it allows for greater range of motion and may help ease the passage of baby through the birth canal. It strengthens muscles. Prenatal yoga poses focus on strengthening the muscles of the lower body, including the legs, hips, and pelvic floor. Stronger muscles provide better support to the uterus and pelvic organs and aid in the pushing stage of labor. It encourages relaxation. Prenatal yoga incorporates breathing techniques and relaxation exercises that can help manage stress, anxiety, and discomfort. Learning to relax deeply during yoga practice can be invaluable during labor as it promotes a calm and focused mindset, which is essential for coping with contractions and maintaining energy throughout labor. It improves posture and alignment. As the body undergoes all those changes during pregnancy, maintaining proper posture and alignment becomes increasingly important. Prenatal yoga focuses on gentle exercises to help maintain optimal posture and alignment, which can greatly help with baby's positioning. It enhances the mind-body connection. Developing a strong mind-body connection through yoga can help tune into your body's signals during labor and birth. And lastly, it supports camaraderie and support. Attending a prenatal yoga class provides an opportunity for pregnant moms to connect with others who are going through similar experiences. Through the community of a prenatal yoga class, you may learn some unexpected things that will become helpful on your own journey. Number 5, embrace squats. Doing squats is a fantastic exercise for strengthening the pelvic floor muscles and opening up your pelvis. Strong pelvic floor muscles help push baby out more effectively. Squatting also contributes to building stamina, which of course is very helpful. The exercise can improve posture, which can help a lot with lower back pain and even help with baby positioning. Also, squatting throughout your pregnancy will gear you up for when you're in labor. The practice will be helpful in building up the strength of the legs and glutes for holding a squatting position in labor if you decide to give that a try. Holding a squatting position while in labor helps widen that pelvic outlet and utilizes gravity, which can aid in the descent of baby through the birth canal, so things move quicker and smoother. My first baby, my daughter, was born while I held a squat position on the end of the hospital bed with a squat bar attached. I think it was definitely very helpful. When I was in labor the second time around and started to push when my son was born, I asked for the squat bar, but it was apparently in use already in another room. Number 6, use a yoga or birthing ball. Swapping your desk chair for a yoga or birthing ball is a small change that can make a big difference. First off, sitting on a birthing ball can help to alleviate pregnancy discomforts. The soft, dynamic surface of the ball reduces pressure on the lower back and pelvis. I switched out my desk chair for a birthing ball early on in my first pregnancy because I had a lot of tailbone pain. What a difference it made. I actually never went back to an office chair. I still sit on the birthing ball while at my desk today, 6 whole years later. Sitting on a birthing ball also helps to improve posture and pelvic alignment, which is good for baby positioning. It enhances pelvic floor strength, which again is good for the pushing phase of labor. It promotes movement and active sitting, allowing for rocking and swaying movements, which can help relieve tension and stiffness in the hips and lower back. Bouncing on the ball gently stimulates circulation and promotes relaxation. Make sure that you use an anti-burst ball so it's safe enough to sit on. Also, make sure when sitting on the ball that your hips are higher than your knees. If your knees are higher than your hips, then the ball is too small. Get a bigger one or see if you can inflate it more. I recommend getting a hand pump for the ball to always keep it sufficiently inflated. Number 7, consider chiropractic care. Visiting a chiropractor can really be beneficial in the months and weeks leading up to childbirth. I recommend doing some research before seeing just any chiropractor to make sure they are well experienced with seeing pregnant women and are trained in the Webster technique. The Webster technique is a chiropractic technique used on pregnant women that focuses on correcting pelvic misalignments and imbalances. It aims to restore balance around the pelvis and create an optimal environment for the baby to move into the best position possible for birth. Ultimately, the goal of the Webster technique in chiropractic care is to promote a smoother labor process. So, visiting a chiropractor in pregnancy can be helpful for proper pelvic alignment, ensuring that the pelvis is well positioned for labor and birth, encouraging optimal head down position of baby, because once the pelvis and the ligaments in and around that area are aligned and balanced, baby has the appropriate room to move into position. A well-balanced pelvis also provides ample room for the baby to descend into the birth canal. Chiropractic adjustments can improve nervous system function by removing interference along the spine. A properly functioning nervous system promotes better communication between the brain and body, which can have a positive effect on overall health and well-being during pregnancy and labor. Just a quick personal story of why I really believe that getting chiropractic adjustments in my pregnancy helped me to have a natural, unmedicated birth and maybe even saved me from needing a C-section. In both of my pregnancies at my 32-week appointments, both of my babies were in transverse positions, meaning they were laying across my belly, sideways, rather than being head down. At that 32-week appointment in my first pregnancy, although it was still pretty early, because they found the baby in transverse position, they did bring up the topic of possibly needing a C-section. So I began panicking and immediately began researching and doing all the things to help get baby turned down. Probably the most helpful thing was that I began to see a chiropractor. I saw her for a few weeks, just 3 or 4 visits total, and then at my 36-week appointment, baby was head down. So at my 32-week appointment in my second pregnancy, when I found out that my son was in the exact same position, I knew what to do. I immediately set up an appointment with a chiropractor, and then once again at 36 weeks at my next ultrasound, thankfully he was also head down. In the resources section of this module, I share a link to a short video that I found helpful in understanding how chiropractic care, specifically the Webster technique, can help prior to labor. Number 8, drink red raspberry leaf tea. Red raspberry leaf tea has been a go-to for centuries to support women's health. It has long been believed to ease menstrual pain, improve reproductive health, help balance hormones, and strengthen and tone the uterus. That strengthening and toning of the uterus is so beneficial because that means the contractions work more effectively. Again, think of your uterus as a muscle. When you're in labor and you're having contractions, it's the muscle tightening and flexing to squeeze baby down. So when it's strong and toned, it's doing a more effective job of doing that. Studies have been done and show that women who drink red raspberry leaf tea in pregnancy tend to have shorter labors than those who do not. And the rate of artificial membrane rupture, C-section, vacuum, and forceps use decreases. There is some controversy as when to begin drinking red raspberry leaf tea. Some say that it's safe to drink throughout your entire pregnancy, while others say wait until your second trimester, and some even say wait until your third trimester to begin. I personally began drinking a cup here and there once I hit my second trimester. From there, I ramped it up to about a cup a day in my third trimester. And in my final weeks of my first pregnancy, I made batches of iced red raspberry leaf tea and sipped on it more continuously. It's important to make sure that you're getting real red raspberry leaf tea and not just red raspberry tea. There is a huge difference. Red raspberry leaf tea is made from the leaves of the plant where the medicinal properties are. Raspberry tea, on the other hand, can refer to a broader category of teas that may contain raspberry or raspberry flavoring, but not the actual leaves of the red raspberry plant. So again, make sure you're getting red raspberry leaf tea. Number 9, eat 6 dates a day after week 36. Did you know that there is an old belief that says eating 6 dates a day throughout the last 4 weeks of pregnancy can shorten your labor? It's not just an old saying. There have actually been studies done that suggest it works. There was a study done from 2007 to 2008 in which there were 2 groups of women. One group ate 6 dates a day for the last 4 weeks of the pregnancy, and the other group did not. The women in the group that did eat the dates, on average, had significantly higher cervical dilation upon admission to the hospital than those who didn't. Spontaneous labor happened to 96% of the women who ate the dates, opposed to only 79% of the women who did not eat the dates. And the use of Pitocin was much lower in the group of women who ate the dates. This is because there are compounds in dates that can help ripen and soften the cervix. This can potentially facilitate the dilation and effacement, or thinning, of the cervix, which are essential processes for childbirth. And if you're not yet familiar with the cervix and the role that it plays, here is a quick, non-technical overview. The cervix is what sits at the bottom of the uterus. It's shaped kind of like a donut with a pretty tight inner hole. The hole stays closed throughout your pregnancy to hold everything up and in. Eventually, as you approach labor and go into labor, that hole slowly opens, and when it reaches 10 centimeters open, it's baby's doorway out. For that hole to get bigger, though, the cervix has to soften or ripen. And again, it's believed that eating 6 dates a day can help the cervix ripen. But it is for this reason that you don't want to begin consuming 6 dates a day before week 36. You do not want to encourage the cervix to soften or ripen just yet, as that can induce labor. It's too early, just wait until week 36. And keep in mind that it's 6 average size dates a day, which are about an inch in length. If you're eating larger dates, like the medjool dates that I personally love, they're more like 2 inches in length, so you can cut the number down to 3 or 4 dates a day. The real key number is in grams. You want 70 to 75 grams of date fruit a day. I was really good about eating 6 dates a day during the final weeks of my first pregnancy. I made it a priority to get them in every day. That first labor went quick. The second time around, I was not nearly as good about it though. I had them here and there, but I actually forgot pretty often. I had a toddler that I was taking care of, and I just didn't make it as much of a priority, just assuming that the second labor would be even quicker. Well, that second labor actually ended up being longer and a bit more drawn out. So I do have my strong suspicions about the dates working. Again, start at week 36 to avoid the possibility of premature effects and discuss any concerns with your healthcare provider. Number 10, do perineal massage. If the thought of tearing during childbirth concerns you, consider perineal massage in the last 3 to 4 weeks of pregnancy. Perineal massage aims to increase the suppleness and elasticity of the perineum reducing the risk of tearing or the need for an episiotomy during childbirth. Massaging these tissues regularly can help them stretch more easily as the baby's head crowns. And massaging the area increases blood flow circulation to the perineal tissue, promoting healing and flexibility. Improved blood flow can also aid in tissue repair after birth. Whether you do it yourself or with a partner, spending just a few minutes there a few times a week can make a significant difference in the elasticity of the perineal tissue. It involves first washing your hands well, lubricating the area, massaging, and physically stretching back the portion of the birth canal. I will link some information and further instructions on how to do perineal massage in the resources section. So those 10 points cover Module 3, all about preparing the body for natural labor and birth. Remember, these are tools to empower you, not strict rules, so embrace what resonates with you. Next, I'm excited to meet you in Module 4, where we'll discuss mentally preparing for natural labor and birth. I will meet you over there when you're ready.